In this video, we shall be looking at standard form. At the end of this video, you will be able to 1. Know what standard form is. 2. Express whole numbers in powers of 10. 3. Express whole numbers in standard form. 4. Express decimal numbers in standard form. So, what is standard form? We are sometimes faced with larger numbers in mathematics and even in our everyday calculations. So, a means of making it easy for writing is by shortening it, which is referred to as standard form. Numbers in standard form is expressed as a times 10 raised to power n, where a is numbers between 1 and 9 and n is an integer. So example, I have 2 million. 2 million in digits is expressed as 2 with 6 zeros. So I have it in digits. So this, you might find it too clumsy writing these larger digits every time you come across 2 million in your calculation. So a short way of writing it is standard form, which is expressed as 2 times 10 raised to power 6. I have 6 zeros, so I have 10 raised to power 6. So it means 6 tens. So let's look at expressing whole numbers in powers of 10. So if I have 1,000, 100,000, then I have 10 million. So how do I do this? Expressing 1,000 in powers of 10, I have 10 times 10 times 10. So I have 3 tens, so I have 10 raised to power 3. Also, for the second one, I have how many zeros? I have 5 zeros. So this will give me 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which will give me 10 raised to power 5. And the last one, I have 7 zeros. So this will give me 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which will give me 10 raised to power 7. So example, let's express the following numbers in standard form. I have 38,200, I have 1.5 million, I have 17. So how do I express this in standard form? Solution for 38,200. Expressing this, anytime you are expressing numbers without decimal in standard form, I start my reverse counting from my right to the left to the last digit. So getting to the last digit, you put decimal in front of the last digit. So if I count from 0, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 digits before, or let me say 4 digits in front of 3. So I have my answers to be 3.82 times 10 raised to power 4, because I have 4 digits and I have counted 4 steps back to the front of 3 to give me 10 raised to power 4. So that is my answer. Also for 1.5 million, 1.5 million is expressed as 1,500,000. So expressing this in standard form, I have to count backward from 0 again. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I stop at the back of 5, then I put my dot. So I have 1.5 times 10 raised to power 6. Did you get that? Also for 17, I count backwards also. If I count backward, I have to have 1 digit before the decimal, so I count backward. I have to count 1, so I count from 7 backwards 1. So this will be 1.7 times 10 raised to power 1. Also, expressing decimal in standard form. So what are decimal numbers? Decimal numbers are otherwise known as decimal fractions or small numbers, e.g. 0.1, 4.32 are decimal numbers. Also, we can express decimal numbers as fractions. So if I have 24 over 100, this means 24 divided by 100, which will give me what? 0.24 in decimal. Also, 124 divided by 10,000 will give me what? 0.0124 in decimal. So let's look at this example. Express the following in standard form. So I have 1, I have 0.008, 2, I have 0.024, and 3, I have 0.004. So solution for number 1, which is 0.008, what do I do in situations like this when I have decimal point and I'm to express it in standard form? If you can remember the old numbers we did, we counted from the right backwards. So what we are doing now is we count from the decimal point to the first digits, as in non-zero digits. Then that is when you can now express it as standard form. So that you have to note the number of times you count. So I'm starting from the dots here, so I count the first 0, the second 0, and 8. So my decimal points will move to the front of it. So I've counted how many digits? 3. So 3 digits. So and because I'm counting forward, my integer, which is the index, now will be in minus. That's negative. So I now have 8 times 10 raised to power what? Minus 3. Also for the second one, I have 0.024. I count decimal again. Said I count till I reach the first non-zero digit. So I count the first 0, then I have 2. So my decimal points will shift to the front of what? 2. So how many points, how many places have I counted now? I've counted 2 digits. So I have my answer now will be 2.4 times 10 raised to power minus 2. And for the third one too, I have 0.004. So counting again, I count till I reach the non-zero digits. So I count my first 0, 1, second 0, 2, third 0, 3, then 4. That's 4. I've counted 4 digits. Then I put my decimal in front of 4. So I have my answer to be 4 times 10 raised to power minus 4.